Hi, welcome to session number 4. In today's session, we are going to continue development of iOS application. In the last session, we have started iOS prototyping using Adobe XD, and we have deployed the project on GitHub using version control mechanism. So let us just continue. We are going to start Adobe XD, where we were prototyping for the iOS application. I'll quickly start with, so we started working on iOS wallet app XD. This is the project which we started. And this was the first page which we created. So on the first page, we have started, we made two sections. Section 1, we have the following contents. We have a landing background, and we have an image which we call as landing background, and we have a section background so as to maintain the color of that section. Followed by, we have a section 2. Within section 2, we have a start now button. Within start now button, what we have done, we have got a label for start now, and we have got a button background. Followed by that, we have got a label for the landing page, which says your perfect banking partner. Followed by, we got a section 2 background in case if we want to modify or manage the colors. Okay, so this is the landing page which we created. Now we are going to get started with the second and third page also. In the second page, we are going to call it as a transactions page. Okay, let us do the following. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make another page, and I'm going to call this page as transactions page. Okay, or let's simply call it as transactions. Now in the transactions, what exactly we want to do? So initially I'll delete both the sections. Okay. Now what I can do is I can keep the sections, but within the sections I can remove the landing background because that is not required. And in section 2, I don't need a button control. So I'm going to delete both the button as well as the landing page. I only have a section 2 background and a section 1 background. Now within these backgrounds, now we are going to modify the content accordingly. So let us talk about section number 1. In section number 1, we can see that we have a violet kind of color here, which we want to create. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to select section 1 background, and I'm going to fill the content with this color. So this is going to be the color for the background. Now, then we have section number 2. Section number 2, you can see that it is a curved section. Okay. So what we can do, we can quickly increase the size of section 2 a little bit. Okay. Up to a standard size. And then we can curve it. So in order to curve, we can select the section 2 background. We can go to the curve section and we can quickly define. So let's say I want to change the top left side to 10, or else we can put it to 20 because it is a little more rounded. So let's keep it as 20. If you can see that if 20 seems good or relevant, or else we can change it to 25, let's say. I'll select section 2 background and I'm going to change it to 25 so that it looks little identical with respect to what we already have in the design motivation. Second, I'm going to select the second corner, which is the right top corner. And again, I'm going to make it curve up to 25. Okay. So now you can see that we have got a curve with respect to the transaction section. Now we are going to get started with the designing part. So in section number 1, what do we need? We do need to have a couple of controls. Where how many controls we have? We have the following controls. First, we have a menu control. Then we have an alarm kind of signal, or you can also consider it as a notification section. Then we have the balance section where the balance of the user will be displayed. Followed by, we will have some controls which says send, top up, pay bill, and more. So these are going to be the buttons which we are going to use. So this section we are going to create first, followed by, then we are going to create the last transactions view group, or we can also call it as a list view or a recycler view. So we are going to create this. Okay. Now, and at the end, we would be having a tab layout where we would be having some pages like home, statistics, statistic followed by history and settings. So these are the buttons which we can make here at the bottom. So let us get started with this. So the first section we are going to start with is going to be this navigational menu. Okay. So as I already told you, we can actually download some by default icons which we can use in the application, which are the standard icons available. So we call it as a UI kit. You can call it as a UI kit. UI kit is the most common name for these kinds of controls. So the controls are available in the image format. We can use that image and use in our application as per the choice. So what I can do is I am going to quickly get the UI kits. Okay. In Adobe XD, we have this option where you can quickly get the UI kits. So what I can do, I'll go here, get the UI kits, and I'll get the Apple iOS UI kit. Or you can also get the material design UI kit, which is the most common design in mobile applications nowadays. Followed by, there are Microsoft Windows UI kits are also available, and you can explore more UI kits in the marketplace. So initially, since we are building for Apple iOS, I'm going to get the default Apple iOS kits. So now from Apple design resources, you can see that we got some resources where we can design apps quickly and accurately by using Sketch, Photoshop, XD templates, guides, and other resources. So what are we going to do? We're going to download the symbols. We can use these symbols. Okay. So let's say there is download SF symbols 3 beta, which is the new symbols which might be available. So I can download this. I can also download the SF symbols 2.1. So what are the SF symbols? SF symbol is a library of iconography designed to integrate seamlessly with the system font for Apple platforms. Okay. So what it does it has 3 features over 600 new symbols, enhanced color customizations, inspector to modify, and improved support for the custom symbols. Along with that, there are various other libraries available. So the libraries are available for iOS 14 and iPad 14 for Adobe XD. We can use this. Then we have this available for Mac. We have the XD kit available for watchOS. We have it available for tvOS and many more. Okay. So what I can do is, since we are currently building for Apple iOS, we can download this one also, the XD kit. So these are the 3 kits which we downloaded. Now, once we get this downloaded, we are going to quickly get started with using these. So one is 197 MB, symbol 2.1 is 152 MB, and this one, the iOS 14 Adobe XD UI kit, is approximately 147 MB. Okay. So now we have got all these symbols and the UI kits downloaded. We have got 3 UI kits. One is for iOS 14 Adobe XD. Second one is the SF symbols library for iconography. So we're going to use all of the 3. What am I going to do? I'm going to update all the 3 in our repo for iOS. So I'll just quickly start my GitHub also. So we are maintaining all the codes in the repo iOS wallet app. Okay. So I'm going to keep all of the 3. We might be having an iOS wallet app here. Here is it. Copy that. And I'll keep all the 3 in the iOS wallet app. UI kits. So all the 3 will be available over here. And by the time what I'll do, the UI kits for iOS app designs. I'll quickly check back the git LFS. Okay, anyways, what I'll do is, so in that case, in case if it is too big, so I'll just keep the links here on Trello. Okay, the UI kits which we have downloaded are the following. One for the iOS 14, and the other two which we are using is the download symbols 2.1, and the third one we're using is download symbols SF beta. So you can download it and get that set up done. Okay. So now what am I going to do? Let's say I'll start with the first one, Adobe 14, iOS 14, Adobe XD UI kit, and we'll see what all we get in this UI kit. Okay. So here you can see, okay, so that's for XD, iOS 14 XD. That's cool. We got the design templates. We have the text style guides also. Okay. Then we have some production templates available for glyph, for navigation boards, tab bars. Okay. So there are a lot of, you can see a lot of actions, activities are already defined in these templates. I've just opened one. So it is loading. These are the activity view actions. Okay. It might be loading. As a symbol is recommended way to create. So these are some glyph sizing guides, okay, for iOS 14. But what I'll do is I'll just quickly get back to the material icon list. Okay. So now I have got this downloaded. Let me just set up the second one also. SF symbols 2.1. So I've got all the three SF symbols installed. So these SF symbols are the latest design resources, which is quite good because it will help you design latest applications with the latest design facilities available. Okay. Now, so we got these templates. Okay. Similarly, so we got the few templates available. Along with that, there is one more which I would like to share with you is the material design resources. This is also very common and very useful when it comes to designing. So you can actually see there are various material icons which is required sometimes. Okay. So I can quickly open material icons because in the mobile application, icons are one of the very important, one of the very important features because we might need these icons in order to use it in the application. So this is a complete list of material icons which we can actually copy and paste in the designs and we can use them. Is that clear?
Yes.
So we can quickly go to the Git repo and we can download or clone on the machine. Okay. So here we do have the fonts, we do have various sources, PNGs and everything. Okay. Now we can also do one thing. We can directly copy and paste right from here also from the materials icon list. So let's say if I want to get to see the menu, okay, I will quickly search here. Or I might have a search facility available over here. Search material icon. So I'll search for the menu material icons. So you can see that we have got the following menus. Okay, this is one menu. Then we have the list, we have menu book, we have open menu, we have drag handle. Okay, so in the design, what they have used is a drag handle. Okay, can you see that? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
So what we'll do, we'll quickly get to the drag handle. Okay, we'll open the drag handle. Now we can get it for iOS. Okay, so here we can use it in export UI image named drag handle. We can copy that. Okay, and how to use these in export, we are going to get to see the instructions quickly. Okay, so how we do use the icons in the export. So you can see that material icons also work well with iOS apps. In both the material icons library and Git repo, these icons are packed in Xcode image sets. Okay, they are known as Xcode image sets. So what we do, so we can work easily with Xcode asset catalogs, which is known as XC assets, which stands for Xcode assets. These image sets can be added to any Xcode asset catalogs by dragging them into Xcode onto the asset catalog or by copying the folder into the XC assets. Okay. So what are they? What exactly are we trying to do here? Here are the Swift examples to use these, but what we need is we do need to copy and open the images. So what are they doing? So let's say in case we want to use it directly, we can directly copy the image like that in case if that's accessible. Okay, so we'll quickly download the asset. We got this XC assets downloaded. Okay, drag handle black iOS.zip. In case if you want to change the color, since we wanted white color in the background, we can change the color from here. Okay, rest you can change the color within the Xcode also. So currently I'll be using the white one because the background is the violet one. So I'm going to download it. Once we got this downloaded, I'm going to open the drag handle iOS zip. This I'll be using. Let me just copy drag handle into the iOS wallet app. Okay. I'm going to extract it, the drag handle white OS. So here we do have the outlines and the various, since it's white color, it is currently not visible, but we do have the image available over here. This is 1x, this is 2x, this is 3x, 3 times the size. Okay, so I can take one of them. Let's say I'll take this one, the 3 times outline drag handle white, and I would like to use it with this. Okay, so if I quickly drag here, I can keep it over here somewhere, wherever I want to use it. Okay, so let's say I'll leave 15 from the left, and I would like to reduce the width a little, or I can keep it a little more down. Okay, since you can see that the width is 54, the height is 54, so I'll keep it to, let's say, 30. Okay, so 30 will give me an appropriate size. Can you see that?
Yes.
So this is how with the assets we have got the following, the menu. So this is actually a drag handle, but currently they are using it as the menu part. Okay. Similarly, what we do need is a notification icon. So what we can do, we can quickly go to the menu fonts here. I'll quickly share it with you, fonts.google.com. This is what I'm using. So get the icons quickly from this fonts.google.com icons. We can quickly search here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll search for the notification. So you can see that we have various notification standard symbols available. Okay, so this is the first one, the standard notification symbol with a bell icon. We have notifications active, we have notifications none. So there are various notification kind of icons available. As per your choice, you can use any of those. So I'll start with the standard notification one. I'll download the white one. I'll download it. Okay. Once I got the stuff downloaded, I'm going to keep the notifications white OS also here in, let's say, in your iOS wallet app directory. Okay. And I'm going to extract it. After extraction, I'll get into the notification one, the white asset. I'm going to copy the 3x one and I'm going to paste it on the app here. So once I paste it on the app here, I'm going to keep it somewhere here. And again, I'm going to resize it to something like 25. Okay. So now we get both the icons made here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now what we can do, we can keep them in a group so that it will be way easier for us. So this is the notification icon. So what am I going to do? I'm going to call it as BTN notification, which BTN stands for button notification. And the second one could be BTN menu. This is going to be the menu button. Okay. And I'm going to keep both of them in section number 1. Okay. So now we have the contents in section number 1. And to keep them aligned, we can actually group them also. Okay. Let's say we can group them or else we can align them directly also. So you can select both of them. And now you can see that they are automatically aligned appropriately. So you can see that in case if you want to keep them in the same line or in the same accessible region, so you can see that automatically they are somewhere they are already arranged in a proper way, you know. So now the center of the bell, center of the notification is with respect to center of the drag handle. Is that clear?
Yes.
So we got both the contents designed here. Followed by what next? So next you can see that next we have this rectangle where we have a silver, where we have a gray color, where the balance of the user is displayed. So I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay. And just here, we're going to draw a rectangle, let's say of this size. We're going to keep some space left at the bottom because we want to make more buttons there. We are going to make it rounded. So for rounded, we are going to keep 20. So now you can see that it's rounded now. I don't want any borders, but I want a color. So the color is going to be this one. Okay. So I got the color selected, followed by, I'm going to type in a few text here. And this is going to be your balance and the value. So this is going to be black in color, let's say, since the color is black. So I'll use the black color for the fill, and I'm going to use it at the center. Okay. And I will start writing the content. Okay. So I'll keep the content something like this, your balance. Okay. And what I want is, I want this rectangle to be named as, let's say, BG balance, background for the balance. Okay. And then this is going to be LBL balance, LBL balance. Okay. And I'm going to get both of these in section 1 itself. They will be in section 1. And I'm going to adjust it accordingly. Okay, so I'll select it and I'll keep it at the center with 15 dp from the top. So we got a balance. Similarly, I would like to have a new text here. And I'm going to make it a little big. Let's say I'm going to make it 24. If that's fine with us, we're going to keep it 24, and I'm going to take some sample, let's say 2091.51 USD. Okay. This variable later will be changed to the as desired, but currently I'm going to keep the content here. Or else we can make them a group or we can adjust them accordingly. But I think this is already looking good. Okay, so I got this value. I'll keep it 20 dp from above. So Pratik, are you clear till here?
Yes.
Now what am I going to do? So we got section 1, we got this BG balance, LBL balance, and we want to make it a group. Okay, I'm going to make it a group and I'm going to name it as section balance. Section balance. This is going to be the balance section. Okay, this is going to be section, let's call it as menu. Okay, we can group it and let's call it as section menu. Section menu. Why I make them in groups is because to handle them easily, because in case if I have to place it somewhere else with the alignments and everything, it becomes an easy task for us then. Okay, followed by what next? We need 4 buttons. Okay, so I'm going to draw a button here. Okay, so this button is going to be rounded, let's say 20. 20 seems a little more, we'll keep it 10. So it's going to be 10. Then I would like to keep a few icons in it. Okay, and first of all I want to change the color. So initially first one will have the blue color, no borders. Okay, blue color with no borders. And then I need a text value also for it. So I'm going to put a text value. Let's call it as send. We're going to change the size again back to 18, which 18, or we can also take it a little more smaller. Let's call it as 14, because 14 is the standard size which is being used. Then what we have is, I'm going to select this and I'm going to modify the fill color to white. Okay, and I'm going to align it, let's say either 6 dp. 6 dp seems good to me. Okay, I'm going to group them together and I'm going to call it as, let's say, button send. Okay, and I'm going to drag this button send into section 1. Okay, this again, it's going to be in section 1. So this is button send, followed by, what do we need else in this button send? We do need a send icon also. So we can quickly search for the send icon here in the menu. And you can see that I want a filled icon. Okay, so you can see that fill, we can see the rounded ones. Okay, depending on the symbols. I think the send symbol which I see here is, I think, from the app. The name of the app is, I guess, Telegram. Yeah, this is the symbol. Okay, the Telegram symbol for send. So I'm going to use the filled symbol for Telegram. And let's say, if you want to use it, we can use this one. We can also quickly search for the outlined one, or the two-tone one, the sharp one, the rounded one, the filled one, the outlined one, or the two-tone one. Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to select the two-tone one and I'm going to get that for white. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
So I'm going to download the PNG. So I've got black 24. Copy that. I'll paste that here in the iOS wallet app. So I'm just maintaining all of these here because so that in case if you are accessing it later, you don't need to, you won't face any troubles in finding the content. Okay. So you can use it. Along with that, I think this, either what we do need to do is we need to modify the content. Okay, modify the content as in we do need to change this black color to blue or transparent or something like that. So we either need to do that in Photoshop or any other tool. Okay. Sorry. So where have I got? I've got this two-tone one. I'll get that in this. And I'm going to modify this. I'm just bringing the content here within the send button. Now I'll try changing the color. Okay, so like that. So suppose we got a send like this. Okay, it's at the center now. So they are using the white icon. We just got one with the black and that stuff. We can modify that content later. Okay, but for now, I think it's fine. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, so once we got the send button, now what we have here is we got this button send where we do have got the Telegram image, Telegram. So we got button send. Okay. Similarly, we're going to have 4 more buttons. Okay. So we're going to change the color and we'll change the icons. So I'll just quickly copy 4 buttons at a space of, let's say, 20 dp. Okay, so we got approximately 4 controls over here, and we can adjust it to the center so that it looks a little more relevant. Okay, now the second one would be, the second text would be top up. Okay, third one would be, let's say, pay bill. Fourth one would be, let's say, more. Okay, these are going to be the 4 controls which we are going to have. Then I'm going to modify the color scheme. So I'm going to select the rectangle. I'm going to change the color of the rectangle to pink. This is the second color which I'll be using. I'll quickly get to the third control. Okay, third control, I'll select the pay bill rectangle and I'm going to change it to orange. Then I'll select the fourth one. The fourth one would be this rectangle, and I'm going to change it to green. Okay, so these are the 4 colors which we use here. Followed by, let's say if I come to this control, okay, this is BTN top up. So I'm going to rename it. I'll call it as BTN top up. Okay. Then I have got BTN payable. We do name it so that we can create the appropriate variables in the code, in the Xcode. Okay, because what do we need to do is when we get into Xcode and start designing, we do need to have all these icons, color values, okay, the shape, dimensions and everything. So then it becomes easy to code in Xcode. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, the fourth one is BTN more, which we are going to design. BTN more. So we got the logos needs to be changed. So I'm going to delete this one. Okay. In the table, I want to change the icon. I'll delete that one. In button top up, I want to delete the icon. I'm going to delete it. Okay. So we got 3 buttons left with us: top up, pay bill, and more. Okay. So we'll quickly check a few more icons here on the material icon. Let's call it as top up. We'll see if we have something for top up. No top up. So let's say we'll quickly search for some arrows for the top up. Okay. So this one, we can use this one, which is generally used for the login one. Okay. Or we can see in case if we get any relevant symbol for the top up.
देवांशु जी, ये सर्च में टॉप अप एरो डाल के देखिए ना, शायद मिल जाए।
टॉप अप एरो नहीं, टॉप अप अगर टॉप अप होता तो आ जाता ऑटोमेटिकली।
Okay.
सो एरो में ही हम देख लेते हैं। सो वी कैन यूज दिस वन, लेट्स से ओके, द लॉगिन वन, ये यूज कर लेते हैं। We will use it for iOS with a white color background to download it. So we got the top up. I'll put it in iOS wallet app. Open the iOS wallet app, extract the content with login white. I'll take the 3x1 copy, or this time I'll take the 2x1. I think it will automatically be in a smaller size. I'll go here and in the top up button, within here I'm going to paste. So I'll quickly bring it to the top up segment here. Okay, so we can keep it here, the top up one. Okay, is that clear? So we got
Yes.
the top up. Let's call it as top up image. And I'll take the top up image in the top up section. Now I'm going to adjust it at the center. This is the center. Then after top up, what next we have is we have a pay bill. So we are going to use something like a wallet. Okay, so we have this account balance wallet, which we are going to use. I'm going to download the white one. Quickly keep it in the iOS wallet app. Get into the wallet app, extract the account balance wallet. Select the 2x1 because it is of the appropriate size which we're using in the app design. Go to pay bill, paste here in the pay bill. We're going to name it as pay bill image, and I'm going to drag it to the pay bill. Okay, so this is the center in the pay bill. So this is going to be the third icon which I'm using. In case if we want to reduce the size a little more, we can do that as per our choice, but I think it seems fine. Is that clear?
Yes.
Then what we can have is, we have the fourth one, which is the final menu one. And let's call it as a menu, either a menu or we can have it like a window, grid view. Okay. This icon we can use. Or we can quickly see the more menu also. So more, we don't have any such option, which gives us, so I'm going to use the window one. Okay, so we can use, let's say this one. I'm going to change it to white and download it. drag it to our project, extract it, get the 2x1 and paste it in the more. So I'll just quickly drag it using the controls. Currently it is having the two-tone one. So that looks pretty good to me. So here is the center. Okay. Now we got all these 4 contents created. Now what we can do is there's one more option. Let's say in case if I started with the first one, which is the button send. Okay. So I can keep the button send here. Let's say we'll keep it a little more space. Let's say we'll keep 30 as the DP. Okay. 31 maybe. Now, so now we can select all the 4 and quickly put them at the center.
सर ये कैसे सिलेक्ट किया चारों एक साथ?
We can select and click on shift, then we can select n number of controls. Shift and click. Shift and click. Okay. So we got the first section made, section 1. Is that clear? So we got, now you can see we got one icon, which is the drag handle menu. We have a notification icon. We have a balance section. We can actually make it a little bold also in case if the regular font is not looking good, we can make it bold, which looks a little more elegant. Okay. With the balance USD in your account, along with some more options. Then we'll have the transactions section made. So the transactions we are going to create in the next section. Okay, in the next session. So for now, we are done with creating section 1 for the transactions page. So 2 pages are ready. We're ready with the landing page prototype. We're ready with the transactions section 1. Okay. Similarly, we are going to draw for the transactions in section 2, and then we are going to get into coding the stuff. Is that clear?
Yes.
So I'm going to save it as a local document. I'm going to save it as iOS Wallet App XD in the iOS Wallet app. I'm going to save it. I'm going to replace the content. Okay. And finally, I'm going to push the content. So I'm going to commit to main, which means the transactions layout updated in prototypes. And I'm going to commit to main. The 3 of those files, I'm going to remove them, the big sized zip files. And the UI kits DMG. Okay. Other than this, the rest I'm going to commit. Okay. I have added them to get ignored so that we don't have any issues further. So now it is pushing to the origin. And I think all the changes have been pushed in the iOS Wallet app. Okay. So that's all for today's session. In the next session, we'll continue with section 2 for the transactions page, followed by we're going to create the send money page as well. Thank you so much.